All right, so here's a quick demo inspired by Linda Lohr's screencast on how to make a ladder fall backwards. And so there are a couple of ways to do this, or probably more than a couple of ways, but here are a few ideas. So one is she's actually got a good idea where she combines a motion path with the spin effect. So for example, and we'll just do this real simple, but you've got the motion here. We'll make this at very fast, and then you combine that with the spin effect. So you'd add another effect. Oops, here. So we'd add another effect, and we'll do the emphasis, and we'll do spin. And then when you do the spin, what you can do is you can come in here, you can select effect options, and then you can customize the spin. So we'll make it counterclockwise, and let's just do 60 degrees to see what that looks like. So we'll go ahead and hit OK, and so that's probably we could probably just do a little bit more. Let's do 80, and we'll settle for that. Okay, so we've got, that's about good enough for a spin. We also want this to be very fast. Now what we want to do is have them both come in at the same time, so we're going to go ahead and select this to go with previous. So what you get is something like that. Now you notice the motion path doesn't quite work, so you can move it down a little, and then and that works okay. But you can see I've got to do a bunch of tweaking to get just the right look. And I would probably, if I was going to go this route, I wouldn't use a straight motion path. I'd probably do a motion path, and then come here and do a custom drawn path, so it's got a little bit more of an organic type movement to it. Now another way to do that, let's go ahead and duplicate this screen. We'll get rid of these animations here. Another way to do that is to do the flash once animation. So what we want to do is take this here, and we want to add the flash once. And so it just flashes one time like that. We'll do very fast. And then what you want to do is duplicate that and move it a little, duplicate it. And what I would probably do is, you want to have a pivot point here, so it looks like it's. I'm duplicating multiple ones, but you'll kind of see how that works when you play it, and then you would just duplicate that through, and then when you publish that course, it'll be fine. Now I think an even easier way is, let's go ahead and duplicate this slide again. Get rid of these. An easier way is to think of where your pivot point is. So when we think of the spin, let's watch the spin again here. You notice it's kind of pivoting on the center axis there. So if we go to effect options, you don't have a place to change your pivot point, but you can change the pivot point yourself. So let's make this a little smaller. What we really want is have the pivot point down here, so it's actually spinning that way. So what we can do, there's a couple of ways you can do it. If you want to be exact, you can just duplicate the image here, and so you've got this image that's duplicated, and if you group them, what you would do is you can create your pivot point right here. So we're just going to go ahead and create an image that's about the same size, because I don't want to mess around with that. So we'll create an image that this is pretty close to that size, and we'll hide this, but we're going to group this with this image here, and let's Control G, that groups it. Now we're going to create a pivot, a spin on it, and you can see now it spins here. So we're going to go backwards on this spin, and let's go counterclockwise. We'll change this to 60 degrees, and then you can see now if we hid this, let's go to formatting, no fill, no outline. Now you don't see that. We can move this over here, and now when we play it, see, she pivots from that pivot point. So then you can do that. So it's really just about extending the length of the image to create a new center point, and then pivoting from that, and then just hiding the rest of that. Anyway, I hope that helps.